All right. Now let's try maybe 4%, 3%. There we go. Okay, that's better. All right. Uh, maybe I should update my Twitch bio. All right. I think the music level is good. Let's switch into the game. Oh, maybe. Oh, okay. There we go. All right. Here, let me take a note. I'll put that on my list of things to do for the stream. All right. Added to the to-do list. Update Twitch bio. I mean, what does it say? I think it says like long-time lurker, new streamer. I mean, it's only been a few months, right? It's still new, right? All right. Well, anyway, let's load up the game. So we are the scientific space junk. All right. Alright, now I just gotta remember what we were doing. We have this natural gas geyser. We were gonna set up a natural gas generator. Following New York minute rules, e.g. the internet. Why, that's interesting. I don't understand Twitch. Still. See, I am a new streamer. Yeah? So in the chat, like, one of your messages, your name is green, and the other one, it's red. What does it mean? I don't know. Okay. You just switched your color. Okay. I thought maybe it meant something else. Let's see. Things I learned since the last stream, because I said I was going to figure out some things. Alt S, yes, allows you to go into this screenshot mode, is what it's called, or whatever. Yeah, you switch colors. It's like, because I just saw like one message was your name was green and the other one was red, and so I was like, is Twitch trying to tell me something, or what is the significance? But you just change your color. So yeah, we can zoom out in this view, like way out. We can see the whole thing that we've seen so far. There's more, right? A little bit more anyway, because I guess we got as far as the oil and magma biome down there last time around. We were going to get this. Oh yeah, you can't really. I mean, you can click on stuff, but you don't see the little pop-up thing when you're in that mode. So we were working on natural gas generator, and this thing produces polluted water. It's germ-free polluted water. Yeah, it looks kind of like it's reminiscent of Terraria, although the like if you look at the, I don't know if the scale is much different. It's very Terraria-esque, except with Terraria you're like controlling one character, whereas with this you're managing a bunch of duplicates that are going around doing stuff for you. So it's like Terraria meets RimWorld or The Sims or something in between there. Let's let time go for just a little bit so stuff can remember what it was doing before. Like every time you load a save, time needs to go for a little bit for stuff to remember what the state of things were. Yeah, so natural gas generator. It's producing polluted water. It's germ-free polluted water, though, although we have other germs in this area. Slime lung germs. But I think the idea was we're going to open up this and allow all the water to collect here, and then we can sieve it, and then we have a source of water, right? So something else I learned since the last stream was basically a lot of the stuff we had done to do with processing the water from the bathrooms is not strictly necessary, because we can essentially like just have a sieve and have the wastewater from the sinks and the lavatories and the showers go through and be turned from polluted water into normal water. But we don't need to chlorinate it. We don't need to kill the germs on it, because apparently even germy water can be used in the sinks and lavatories, and it doesn't spread germs. Which, if you squint, kind of sort of makes sense. Maybe. But as long as we're not using it for drinking, which we aren't, we wouldn't anyway. We would make like a loop. So I may change that at some point, so that we don't have to run all this water through this whole setup. Because right now we don't really have the input water from here is being supplied from our water source over here, and I have to change that around, and that's not the most important thing now that it's working to change. But some things I could do, I could like get this water pumped out. We can probably expand this to start making more room for more liquid reservoirs. Build up some clean, germ-free water over here. This is germ-free, right? I know we had that issue before, but now it's germ-free now. Good, good, good. What else is there going on? Let's see. Let's zoom out a little bit. So we got pretty much up to space. We probably at some point want to break through actually to space. What kind of meteor showers do we get on this planet? That's something I've learned more about recently. Let's see, if we go to the star map and we click our planetoid, we can see here we get some cosmic radiation. No unusual features. Geysers, meteor showers, so we get copper, ice, and slimy. So we get slime and ice and copper, apparently, which is interesting. The resource short tab on the right side, T and kg. That is how much is in the stockpile, right? So that's tons. Presumably, what is a ton in this context? 10 tons of algae is what is in, like, we have collected, right? So, like, in this storage, we're storing 5,000 kilograms of coal. Nope, not a estimation of income. There are ways to, like, have passive additional generation of resources, because there are these different kinds of geysers on the map, depending on which planetoid you're on, because there are multiple, and you can start on different ones. But the one we're on, there are different ones, like this one here. This is a natural gas geyser, so it emits natural gas. And natural gas can be processed, which is what we're working on doing here, into electrical power, and it produces carbon dioxide and polluted water. But there are other geysers that produce, like, metals. And in fact, because this planetoid receives copper meteor showers, sometimes it's copper that's delivered to the surface as well that we could be collecting. That's not the only reason we want to go up, like break through all the way into space. We probably also at some point want to start pumping carbon dioxide and venting it into space to get rid of it, to make room for oxygen, mainly. So that's not super pressing right now, I think. I do know that our breathability is actually not too bad. It's complaining about oxygen generation, but it's pretty close. Like, we produced 409 kilograms last cycle, and we consumed 414, so that's probably fine. A lot of idle dupes right now. Devin earned a skill point. Is Devin someone we want to give? Yeah. So we definitely want more dupes with... Yeah, on the margin for her. Yeah, exactly. Devin has a lot of skills that he likes. I gave him improved strength first because being able to carry more or just have more strength, which I think improves carrying for tidying is good. Also improved carrying is good, and we need that because suit wearing is really good because we will need more dupes that are wearing exosuits to go around and do stuff. We don't really need rocket piloting yet. Let's give Devin improved carrying. It's not a skill that he loves. So, like, if we selected cooking, it would increase his morale need, but it would also increase his morale. It would make him happy. Whereas, like, selecting this one increases his morale need, but doesn't make him happier. But we have a good buffer of morale because of all the different things that we've done, like that nature reserve and the washroom and all that stuff. So we'll select that. The other dupes have less margin and are out of skills they love. So I am just kind of keeping those in reserve for now. See, like this one only has like Amari only has a 3 morale margin. So if we were to have some problems, those extra morales would go away, and we might have some stress issues. That would not be good. So yeah, it's just telling us about the same skills. What are we researching? I think we're near to the point now where we still have a few things. At some point, we'll need to set up the materials research to unlock the next tier of research items. But I don't think we're quite there yet. We can... Because we do have idle dupes, so we might as well be doing some research to have them do stuff. We've not unlocked the space scanner and then close telescope. There's different robotic tools. Oh, let's get metal refinery. We're gonna want that eventually. And we've already unlocked the material science stuff, I think. Yeah, it's under radiation technology. So material science research and this terminal and the rad bolt generator and this stuff. So we'll need to set that up. Maybe on the stream today, I don't know. And then going back to wherever it was. Down here. So here we are. What's going on with the... Is this... Like, we should be pumping... Okay, there we go. That should be full, and it is. Okay, great. So we are producing power here. Right, so the thing we were doing at the end of the last stream must have been, yeah, getting this wire set up. We're going to power this shipping container. There's a dupe in here, which maybe will be a good dupe. I don't know. But there's a bunch of things we need to do. We need to turn on the festive lights. We need to improve nearby decor. I don't know how we're going to do that. Deliver food to the mailbox. Must be great or higher. Okay, so that might take some time. But I think we also want to collect some of this oil and do some other things with it. We want to get some plastic. So there's a bunch of things that need plastic. I'm going to go ahead and just unpause. I think things are okay. We'll let the show go on the road. Dupes will do their thing. We have a good buffer of calories as well for the dupes. So there's plenty of food. So this generates... How much power does this generate? Potential power consumed, maximum safe wattage. Yeah. Smart battery. Hold on. Oh, let's just click this. It produces 800 watts of power. This is what it does. Oh, good. We have a thimble reed growing. Did we have any other growing thimble reeds in this colony? Or is that a different colony? Looks like no. Okay, how much? Let's add to our overview. Reed fiber. We got some. We got some available. That's good. But we haven't built. Okay, so we have oxygen mass checkpoint here. That's good. And we have an exosuit forge. Right. Okay. So we can make Atmos suits if we want. And that would be good. I think that's better. Honestly, let's see. What is the difference between... So this gives them oxygen. I think the Atmos suit also protects them from exposure to unpleasant conditions to some extent. Which we might want to get going. Probably want to get going before we actually start doing stuff. Like, how hot is this oil? 173 degrees Fahrenheit. We might want Atmos suits before we break into that. Just a thought. Oh, we did break into here. Can we... So first of all, this isn't Jeremy. That's good. Let's harvest... Oh, we already have it set. Okay, are these growing? They are growing. Okay, so we're going to have lots of thimble reed, which is good for suits. Dupe. What do you mean, dupe? /S? What does it mean? The individuals running around here are dupes. Short for duplicants. I think I got your question. Judging by your exclamation that I could hear from the other room. Okay, so we're gonna make... oh, we finished some research. Okay, let's get something else going. Let's go do that. Looks like we would need some ladders to finish building this, which you probably want to do at some point to get this water out of here. Yeah, we're harvesting some more there. Right, so we probably want an Atmos suit, checkpoint, and docks. Those things are all somewhere. I don't know where anything is. Suit. So there's Atmos suit, checkpoint, and dock. So they're 3 tall. They're taller than the oxygen mask and checkpoints are. We can... how do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? I mean, this is tall enough. We could potentially repurpose this area for that. Oh, dupes as in duplicates as in X. What? Yeah, that is. That would make sense. But in this game specifically, I don't know if the game, like the, let's see, dupe. duplicate. Yeah, I think pretty much everywhere it refers to them as duplicates. But the slang from all the people I've watched play this is referring to them as dupes. Alternatively, what we should do... we could put a door here that we would keep open. That way we could, like, lock out this while we're working on the... Like, we could tear all this out and replace it. Yeah, I think that's fine. So let's deconstruct these buildings. That won't actually stop them from proceeding on or getting back up right now. And we don't need, like, an actual airlock. We just want a door here so that we can tell the dupes when we want them to be able to pass it or not. That way, when we tear out the oxygen mask checkpoint, they won't have free reign to just run out, which will be good. So how's this situation down here? Okay, so we have power up here. We should probably get this stuff all done before we okay, temporary situation, before we lock them out, so that we don't start getting, like, this is gonna lose power over time. The batteries are not perfectly, efficient, whatever. So it will be good to make sure there's lots of room for the water to accumulate. Okay. And so I think that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for these build tasks to get done, so that there's a place for all this water that's being produced to go for a time, so that we can then upgrade our oxygen mask checkpoint to an Atmos suit. Can we produce Atmos suits? That's something we could probably do now. We have 7 dupes. We have enough copper for 2 suits right now. Let's plan on 4. Or do I want to go for a full 7? 5, 6, 7. We'd have to move this. The other thing we should probably do today is do some kind of water electrolyzer setup to produce more oxygen, so we can stop consuming algae for producing oxygen. Right, because right now we are just sucking oxygen from the air to be able to supply oxygen for the oxygen masks. Alright, so 11 machinery, but can't do digging. Medicine and operate. I'm just gonna take the sand. I'm gonna stay pretty. I'm not gonna go and get more dupes right now. Also, I need to remember to keep an eye on this area. Yeah. We need to get a mechatronics engineer at some point, so we can mess around with the auto sweeper. Idle dupes again. Are we making progress down here? A little bit. We're almost there. Almost broke through this part. Research complete again. Where? I'm just gonna take everything. Everything left. There we go. Water can flow out. This part's germ-free, right? We could probably break this. No, I don't want to put a tile there because I think that would block them. And I don't want to break this because that has slime lung in it. Trying to avoid dealing with that for a bit. Until I have to. At least until we have Atma suits. Okay. So I want to at least let them... Am I waiting for them to break through this? Is that it? Still researching. Okay. Right. So if we're gonna... I didn't finish my thought before. Naturally. So we're gonna start producing Atma suits. We don't have enough copper. Let's produce more copper. Copper ore to copper. At some point we have a lot of things to do, but at some point we'll get a more efficient metal processing. I think we're about to run out of power. Yep, there it is. Power gone. At least the bathrooms don't need power. It's going to slow down the crops since we lost the illumination in our farm. But yeah, we didn't have a dupe prioritize taking coal and putting it into the coal generator, which is why I think the auto sweeper will help us with that, although I've never used it. Oh, I just saw your message. Reduce algae for the purpose of, well, so algae in the early part of this game, you use this oxygen diffuser, and it converts algae that you can collect from mining it. On the map, it's all these green tiles, and you can convert it into oxygen. You use electricity plus algae to produce oxygen, but the algae is kind of a finite resource. Compared with some other things. So there are better ways to generate oxygen from renewable resources like water. For instance, somewhere here, there we go. So the natural gas generator produces polluted water that we can convert into water from the natural gas, from the geyser. And this is an infinite source of natural gas over time. Which is why we're trying to set up a thing to collect all this water that we're producing for later processing once we're ready to do that. Let me click through all these things that we unlocked. Space scanner, some rocketry stuff, rocket control station. I've not, well, I've used the party line phone. It's kind of it's a recreation thing for the dupes. But a lot of these things I've never used. Like, I've never done any of the rocketry stuff in this. But that will come, I think, in the not too distant future. Alright, I think we just want to finish this ladder. And then it will be time to... Oh, yeah. So, we can see now that we're delivering power. Yeah, our... dupe that's inside the shipping container is happier. On the grid, 50%. Oh, I see. It has to be connected for a period of time. Interesting. Improve nearby decor. 120. Okay. Interesting. What is breathability looking like right now? Okay, that's fine. So we're going to produce 4 Atmos suits, is the plan. And as soon as we finished this, then we'll cut off the dupes from being able to access below. Is there a build view map blueprint of existing? What do you mean? So we can have this view that shows just the overall map. There are overlays. There are ones for like radiation and automation. Excess room overlay shows like areas that we've built that have bonuses for the dupes or have special purpose based on what's in them. There are things like the germ overlay and decor overlay, ventilation, plumbing, lighting, materials. Shows the relationship machinery to determine how to... Not really. Like, there are individual overlays that show you things like, here's how breathable the area is, or here's where all the wiring is. That might be kind of close to what you're going for there. Yeah. So this just shows the power situation, which is not great. We need to... Oh, what's happened here? Where did the water come from? That's concerning. Where did the water come from? Yeah. I mean, it's not impossible, but generally that's not a thing that happens. Speaking of which, let's shore this up a little bit. And let's get some mopping going on here. I don't want all this water here. The dupes get unhappy if they go around with soggy feet. So gotta keep mopping things up. Didn't come from here. Weren't there dupes that were running water up from the... from down here? No, I don't think so. Like, we're cutting out an area for water to, like, accumulate, but they won't be... They don't... dupes won't pick up water from the environment on their own unless you tell them to, like, mop. And even then, it has to be... Okay. Oh. Okay. How is there more water? Okay, I mean, I understand. Hold on. So this right now is overflowing because we started building tiles here. But why was it happening before? No, there's water. Oh. Is something melting in here? Are there... No, those aren't drips of water. That's just... Okay. I don't like it. But anyway, let's make some room for this water. I guess I'll keep a closer eye on what's going on over here and figure out where the water's coming from. And of course, this will be where it stops happening because I'm watching for it. See, there was a little thing right there where there's a little bit of water here. Let's also build some ladders so we can get over this way. Oh, no. It's closing time, never mind. But yeah, the dupes won't pick up water on their own. The way the dupes can get water from, like, a body of water like this is if it's thin enough on the ground, you can just, like, mop it up like that. But, like, here, you can't mop this up. It's too much liquid. So you can't use that as a way to just look at Quinn. Maybe I will. Probably too late at this point for me to look at what you were trying to tell me. There's Quinn. Quinn is eating now. Whatever it was, I missed it, probably. Quinn is sleeping. He's quickly gaining stamina back. They have all sorts of stats. So they have a number of calories that they have. They got a body temperature, a decor. So Quinn has fully recovered stamina. Probably wasn't any. Okay. And you can see their perceived decor from where they're at. Goes up and down as they go around. So that sound means that we can choose a principal. So we could add another a dupe to the colony. I've basically just not been doing this all that much. We start with the game with 3 dupes, and we've added 4. And 9 piloting. I mean, nine's okay. I've seen up to like 13 total skill points between like their interests and traits. So none of these are great in comparison to that. And like I wouldn't want to take someone with allergies, because we have a lot of floral scent from the food source we're growing. I'll take the muckroot. It's not good food, but it doesn't decay, I think. So it's a good backup food source. Alright, so let's also... So the reason for this door being here is so that we can control access through it. So let's go check on the situation. Okay, this is not finished building yet, so that's fine. So what we're going to do right now, while we wait for that, is we're going to tell the duplicants to lock the door open, so they don't have to open it each time they go through. Once someone gets around to going here and doing that. Just what just happened right there. So there's something... Hold on one second. There was something I saw in the controls the other day for this game that I didn't know about, and I think would be very helpful rather than scrolling back and forth for things. So it seemed like that there were controls to like hotkey locations. And now I must know. So set user nav 1 end control. Go to user nav 1, shift and 1. So like if we say we want to lock this location, and then we scroll away, shift and 1, ha 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 ha, alright. And then we find this other area that we're liking to look at a lot. We'll do control 2, and we can do shift 1, shift 2, and quickly switch back and forth, and that's nice. Alright. Okay, so the water is not quite overflowing here anymore, which is good. I guess what we've been doing is we've been drawing out of this water source. That's why we've had this one disabled. I wonder if there was some ice. Like, we had the storage bin here specifically to be able to dump ice for it to melt. Maybe that happened and that caused this to overflow, and that's where the water came from. Interesting. But yeah, that's why, like, little icon is here where we've disabled this pump. This is the other way. This is how the dupes can get water like that right there from a water source. Is you build a pitcher pump. This is like one of the first things you build in the game for them to be able to get water out. But anyway, let's see. Shift 2. Alright, that's good enough. So we're going to go back, and we're going to set this door. So we have to switch this door back to auto to be able to control access permissions. So at some point a dupe will go and switch that. When someone wakes up. There we go. Anytime now. And then we'll change the access to say that passing down is not allowed. And then we'll disassemble the oxygen mask docks. Tear all this out, and we'll build other things. There we go. So maybe I should remember, is it under ventilation? Nope. Is it a station? It is a station. Atmos suit checkpoint. So we want to set that up with the arrow going right. That means that this controls access going out. And then we need a set of docks where the suits will go. And that means we need more copper made from copper ore. And we're out of... we have no copper or copper. Well, we have 100 kilograms of copper ore. That's soon to be gone. So we should go mine some. There we go. Where else is this? So copper here. Some copper here. Where else is some convenient copper? Oh, this is copper. Probably click that. There we go. Hermit recruitment process. Okay. The Hermit is very excited about being on the grid. The bright lights illuminate an unfamiliar file on the ground nearby. Interesting. We passed that area, didn't we? Okay. Whatever. Shift 1. There we go. Now, an issue right now is we have a problem. We have no way of getting to the coal generator area, so we should fix that. Deconstruct, deconstruct, deconstruct. Don't allow duplicates to pass right. And we'll add a new way of getting down there. Yep, we're out of power. As expected. Is this... Okay, we didn't connect this up. That's good. So, new decoration stuff. We got lab flask ceiling light. For best results, do not fill with liquids. Indeed. There we go. All right. Okay, more different styles of things to build. All right. Well. It's funny for a second because he had like 5 dupes all standing above the hole with 1 dupe down here working. Alright, so... great. And lots of idleness now because they're not allowed to go out and do things. Did we, Oh yeah, let's disable this building because this is currently blocking the dupes from going through here. So we'll disable that, and that will allow them to get over here and mine here. Let's also look out for... Well, they could pick up this copper ore, maybe. It is accessible, yes. There's also copper here that they could collect. So we got some Atmos suits going, right? That's what's happening here. Can we... stations, right? So we need 10 kilograms of refined metal. I'm guessing we're currently using all the refined metal to make Atmos suits. 2 more. So we're gonna need more. Let's just plan on that. Is there any nearby? Oh, here we go. So here's some radiation. What's the significance of that? Well, we can do some research using said radiation. Material study terminal. Of course, also needs refined metal. I guess I'm not in a huge rush to pursue. Like, we still have other things we can research here, like liquid tuning, that don't need that, so we'll do that. Alright. Good. Let's check our plumbing situation. We got lots of fresh water coming in. Nothing backed up here. We have... Are these getting water? I guess so. I guess that's still working. Alright, we're up to 5 tons. 5.3 tons of copper ore. That's good. Can we build... Nope. I'm still working on that refined metal. I think we're basically using it as soon as we produce it at the moment. This bed is sitting there doing nothing. Is there anything we could have our duplicates do? We could go up further. Is there a point in doing that right now? Probably what we'd want to do is set up what should we call it? Like a water lock into an area, and then go up from there. Maybe we could do that. We could do that here in this abyssalite. Let's see, what does that look like? Wait, what is have I built one of those in this map yet? Yeah, of course, right here. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 1. So it really just needs this structure. Like that? Or like that. What is this? Igneous rock? Okay, that should be fine. What is this material here? Dirt? Regolith? Is this slime, Jeremy? No, it's sterile. Okay. Give the dupes something to do, other than sit around doing nothing. More research complete. Let's do all the things. Let's see. So we got the thermal aqua tuner. At some point I'll have to actually understand how to probably use that. Cools the liquid pipe through it, but outputs heat in its immediate vicinity. Okay. So that helps me a little bit understand how those are used from what I've seen before. We need to unlock steam engines, I think, for that to be really useful. We can make an atmosuit dock. Oh, out of materials. So how much do these cost? 100 kilograms, and we're producing 50. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna produce 4 to go with the 4 atmosuits we produced. Do we get another thing? Yep. Transition effortlessly from subterranean day to subterranean night. Okay. Let's see. Alright, nothing going on over here other than we're continuing to drain out a bit of power. So eventually this will kick back on. What was the threshold we set? So it has to go below 50% for this to kick back on? Okay. Ventilation situation. Okay, that little icon is popping up for overpressure, but it's not like there's any gas trying to get out. At this point, it's basically just natural gas. We could probably, like, remove the rest of this and just have it go directly out. I'll do that at some point. It's just, you know, this requires some amount of power just to be there, I believe, the gas filter. Potential power consumed, 420 watts, wow. And we shouldn't need that anymore because I think we've gotten, well, there's a little bit of polluted oxygen, but I think we'll never see that come out. Unless we somehow get this, like, if we used all the power this is generating, maybe. Now I think we determined that the rate that this produces natural gas is about the same as how much we would consume if we were using all of the power, and so this was running constantly, assuming we had a big enough buffer of gas. New principles. Well, 16 construction is pretty good, but those negative traits are not. So with the increased machinery, that's +3, so that's a +19. I mean, bottomless stomach is not that bad. I mean, it's like 50% more calories, but anemic too. So that's a -5. So that's really, that's not a 16 anymore. In terms of, you know, 16 plus 3, 19, but -5 is 14 total points. If we're evaluating it just all numerically. Creativity and green thumb. Fertilizer. Alright, do we... There we go. And we can also get the gas hooked back up to the docks. Get the power hooked up. tell it to start delivering suits. I guess I could. Oh, there's no copy settings thing for the dock inventory configuration. Alright. So once this is operational again, we can turn the checkpoint on. We can undo the settings here. Let's put a door there as well. Research complete. Nice. Building lacks resources. Right, we're out of copper again. Naturally. Some more copper there. There's copper here that we could be picking up, but maybe we can't reach there because of these now? Because of this? I don't know. I'm not gonna break this because that might mess with the nature preserve. Wait. Whoops. This should have been a bedroom. Or a barracks, but was missing a tile. Whoopsie. I'm gonna go ahead and dig out this area here. Yeah, for some anticipated radiation-based research. Where else is there copper here? Oh, over here. Let's get some ladders going up there. Is this copper? This is all copper too. There we go. Lost some food. Pinch of peppermint. Yeah, whatever. What? Why is the wire being made out of wolframite? How about copper? Can I use copper? Why? Also, I like our potential load. Our potential load is 2,600 watts. But yeah, anyway. All right, so we should set up some electrolysis. Yeah, that might be a good thing to do. How do I want to do this? So first of all, at some point, how do I want to do this? We have a lot of space here that we've just been ignoring, but we got lots of area over here on the right hand side to build stuff. What's the temperature situation? Oh, it's warm over there. We at some point are gonna need to start caring about temperature. Not quite yet, but soon. We got basically all the basic stuff unlocked, including insulated tile. Okay, so electrolysis. Yeah, so power. Hydrogen generators. We got the heavy watt joint plate, heavy watt wire, power transformers. We have electrolyzers. We have all the stuff to do the typical thing you do, right? So we're gonna, I think if we're gonna keep this here, we're gonna extend this. Except, I think what I want to do is I want to use insulated tile. You didn't see the whole map, but are there areas that aren't warm? They can, well, there are cooler areas. So let's look at that. So we can go, can we get into the smoke? So here's the overall temperature situation. And of course, space is coldish here. There are colder areas, but kind of the adjacent areas to where we're starting are warmer. Some much more warmer, some a little warmer. It's not going to matter because what I'm about to build, what I'm about to build is going to be generating heat. So it's not even about that so much right now. It's about ensuring the area that I build is insulated so the heat doesn't get out and totally warm the base. Then the next problem is what I'm going to be doing is producing a renewable way of producing oxygen. And it's going to be, I remembered something. I think what I was thinking about doing is actually setting this up down here, because we already have a little source of power. So what I'm talking about setting up is basically a thing. You use the it's under oxygen. You use these electrolyzers to convert water into oxygen and hydrogen. The hydrogen's useful for a thing that'll come up in a minute, but then the oxygen is useful for the dupes to breathe. The issue with the oxygen is it's going to be warm. This whole process is going to generate heat, and the oxygen itself is going to come out warm. And so what I want to do is we're going to pump the oxygen into the base. Yeah, insulated versus ventilated. Yeah, so we gotta. There is definitely an element of insulating off hot things, and there's also air conditioning as a thing, not like as an explicit like a part or a building that you put down, but a way of approaching that. So there's this really cool thing that are on the map. It's called the anti-entropy thermonullifier. If you give it hydrogen, it will make cold. It will destroy heat. So what the thing to do would be to use our source of water and maybe some other sources of water and produce hydrogen and oxygen. We can actually use the hydrogen in a hydrogen generator, which is in here somewhere. Here it is. So a hydrogen generator converts hydrogen into electrical power. So this thing is going to generate power for us, and there will be still hydrogen left over. So then the idea will be to pipe out the excess hydrogen and the produced oxygen up here to cool to put the hydrogen into this to destroy heat. We'll use, there's a kind of piping, a ventilation, a gas pipe, a radiant gas pipe. So it allows you to quickly exchange heat. So we'll run the hot oxygen through this area and then continue to pipe it up into the base. And so that does two things. That gives the dupes oxygen to breathe, and it also cools the area. Because as we build more stuff and we have more dupes and more stuff is going on here, the area is just going to heat up, right? So part of a thing that I've seen lots of people do, and I know is the thing to do, is to like eventually like insulate the area to keep the global heat out. But we can pump cold in as well. So that is a thing. And so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to cancel that. And I think we're going to kind of focus... Right. We are going to focus on that as soon as we get the Atmos suits working. So the Atmos suits currently are lacking oxygen. Why? Because I see it's all being sucked up by this one, so it's not making it to these yet. Could we do this and then cut the connections between these? And so hopefully it will evenly distribute the oxygen between all of them. Not that it's necessarily better, maybe it would be better to ensure that at least one suit has oxygen rather than topping up all of them, and at least like right now. But anyway, so I'm gonna keep on knocking it. Oh wait, those researches require oops, right clicking does not do what I thought. So all of this stuff in this column and beyond requires this yellow science, which is the thing we have not built yet. Oh, we can do these. We're almost out of things. Just a few more. Oh, I've not done the spice grinder yet. Huh, anyway. Okay. Alright, so we dug this out. Maybe we can... furniture. So here's all the other stuff we just unlocked. All the, like, art, decorative stuff. Some more automation, wiring things that I look forward to messing with at some point. Let's see. We need 400 kilograms of refined metal. I think... So, we could use a bunch of copper ore to get that. But it would be more efficient to use the... metal refinery. Maybe some time before. I mean, we could do this. It just produces a lot of heat. And there are things that can be done, such as with this, or with steam engine things that we could set up. But a lot of things are feeling very chicken and egg right now. I think mainly with my my own inexperience with this game. I've not played this a ton. I've done a couple of starts of playthroughs. Yeah, it is just about a time for a break. Why? Oh, I see. Right. There's another chicken and the egg thing, right? Where we're not producing maybe enough power. It's a problem. Okay, so we have an atmosphere suit that's fully fueled. These are charging. Let's go ahead and turn this on. And we'll... Once that's on, we can change the permissions here. And so now our dupes can actually go down and do stuff. Now, I think the problem is going to be is that this is going to use more oxygen. Also, we need to forbid dupes from going through that in general. Yeah. Great. Okay, so we're definitely not producing enough power here. I think maybe we should do go ahead and do the electrolysis setup here, and then we can do another one that will then do the temperature piping stuff that I was talking about. Let's do that. Let's see, how do I want to go about doing this? So we'll do this here. How big of an area do we need? So we want to have... There is a design that I know about that I'm not going to try to redo here. that is well known, but we'll throw something together. So electrolysis, and then pumps, and then yeah. So we'll just do something basic-ish. Is this where I want this? Hold on. We can give ourselves a little bit more space. And then... let's see, we want a airflow tile under here. And so basically the electrolyzers, you put in water and they produce hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen is less dense than oxygen, so it goes upwards, oxygen sinks down, and we just have pumps on either side to collect them. And we'll send them to tanks. Gas reservoirs are what those are called. And we get some options for how we do that. I think what we're going to do is we're going to do this and this. And then we will put some tile along here. And... ooh, how's this going to work? Oh, right. Okay, yeah. So we want to close some of this off. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up a door and a ladder here, so that we don't want to have to go through the Atmos suit checkpoint to be able to get into all of this. We'll leave this for right now. But yeah, let's set this up this way. Cancel, build. Go, there we go. More tile up here is problematic because there's sand above it, so we need to put tile here first or the sand will collapse and all the water will flow into here. In fact, before we build this layer, let's build a layer right there, and let's see, don't go that way anymore. Build a door here. Build a tile there. Yeah. Okay, now, don't go through this door at all. Instead, first it's into all this stuff. Wait. How did you end up there with a suit on? How did you get there? You go there. Okay. Alright, what you doing? Okay. More research complete. Let's get the last couple of things that we can. Alright, so... oh, I see. Don't go through that door. That's what happened. A dupe was able to go through that door and bypass the checkpoint, and so did not take off their suit. Now Devin is idle. You got nothing to do. Alright. Flying through... oh, wait. Not flying through the research. That was an old message. Ice, or I'll take the nutrient bars. I should have at least looked at the dupes. Should have at least looked. Okay. Yeah. Let's take a little break. Let me save here, just in case. And switch over to here. So I'm gonna take a quick break. Stretch the legs out, refill my water, and all that stuff, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, and I'm back. Nice. I like this so far. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit though. Maybe not 3% this time. Maybe like 5%. So it's still there. Yeah. Okay. And we're back to the game. And back to our. We're just gonna do something here for generating some oxygen and power and all that, and we'll do more later. How's this gonna work? So we have the pump. We're gonna pump water into the electrolyzers. I'll let time pass here. Pump water into electrolyzers, produce oxygen and hydrogen, store it in tanks, and eventually pump it out. Vent it. The hydrogen needs to go into an area for power gen, and honestly what we should be doing that music was your in-game. So this isn't game music right now. This is from Pretzel, what we're listening to right now. I have the in-game music turned off. So I'm gonna insulate this area. Yep. I'm actually paying them. So I can have music that I can play on stream. A bunch of different like genres of music. So different things for different kinds of streams. And I can also include it in the VOD when I upload it to YouTube too. So how much space are we going to need? We need a little bit of space here for hydrogen generators. I don't know if it'll come up that tall. Let's see here. So we need at least, how many hydrogen generators do we need? Also that ladder placement is unfortunate. I guess we'll place them over here, I think. So we're gonna go one tile wider, and we're gonna put, so let's see here, like 2 hydrogen generators should be good. Tile, insulated tile, oops, wrong keys, insulation, there we go. There to there, and this will leave us room for like some batteries and other stuff. Should be good. Yeah, should be good. Finally give the dupes some significant stuff to do here. I mean, it's kind of weird having the mesh of the airflow tile, but and insulation. Maybe I'll change that around at some point. Yeah, it's fine. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's the problem, right? With trying to like figure out how to do all the perfect things, is that then we end up putting things off. And what is this reservoir for? Exactly. Oh, right. So we're going to store carbon and... oh, I see. We're just going to vent it. And if we like hit overpressure, we'd have a buffer for us to figure that out. Ultimately, we don't want to take any excess carbon dioxide and probably just dump it into space. Seems to be the thing to do. Oh, overlooking the Germain. Is that in the... is that... reiterating what I was saying about, you know, worrying about it being perfect. Yes. All right. So, okay, so now we have access through this door down into here, so the dupes will be able to get in here and build up some of this. We can also build some tiles here. And we can take this out. What happened? I see. We made a mistake. We locked Devin in. Devin has been stuck. Oh boy. So you are going to go over here. No. Trying to move Devin somewhere so they can remove their suit. Let's go ahead and oops. There we go. Perfect. And you should just go ahead and get back inside. So yeah, I made a mistake there. I made it so that there was no way out of this room once you came in. Because of the door rules. That was left over from when dupes were supposed to be able to go this way to get into this room, and we didn't have Atmos suit stuff set up. That Atmos suit doesn't have charms on it, right? It does. Okay, so let's... This will be fine. There's like a sanitize, disinfect. Nope, doesn't work on that. Okay, it'll be fine. By the time a dupe gets around to picking it up, it will probably have lost all of its germs anyway. Are we still... Okay, we finished the last research, so... Next one. We're going to want some additional ladders to be able to get over to these places. Great. So once this stuff is done, then we can go in and add the wiring and the gas pipes for everything, and the pumps. I mean, I guess I could add pumps now. Oh, we unlocked the wall toilet and the liquid rocket port loader and unloader, spice grinder, juicer, mechanical surfboard, all these different things that we're not going to use right now. But gas pump is right there. I don't know, I've seen designs where you have like 2 gas pumps at the top for the hydrogen and 4 for the oxygen, but how many do you really need? I don't know. Can we see information here? So we produce 888 grams of oxygen and 112 grams of hydrogen. Alright, so how much can a gas pump pump? Gas pumps. 500 grams per second. Okay, I think I see. So 888. Yeah, we really would need... I see. Can we fit more pumps in here? Like if we move this, we could fit 3. That would be 1,500. Which is almost enough. Whereas 2 of these is going to produce 224 grams. So like one gas pump at the top should be enough for the hydrogen. But we really need like 4 gas pumps, really, for, but 3 will be the start. And we'll just be using this water to supply this for now. And this will be really great because I suspect we're going to start having problems with the oxygen we have available, while also supplying oxygen for the Atmos suits. I feel like that starts to be a thing that, in my limited experience, these start using much more oxygen than the dupes would on their own. If a pump could pump some... uh-huh, yeah. Alright, so we need to go back here. Right, so this is why the suit is not being picked up. But if we look at this, alright, it is, number of germs is decreasing, so I'll just leave it there for a while. The other thing we need to do is over here on the Exo Suit Forge, we need to set up a repair Atmos suit. That's a mistake I made before, where if you don't do this, eventually all the Atmos suits get worn out, and then suddenly you realize that things that you needed the dupes to do outside, they aren't doing because they have no suits. Okay, that's all reachable, right? Good. And the other thing we're going to want to do here is we're going to want to have, I guess, a few things. We're going to want to have an Atmos sensor. Let's see, how do we want to do this? Maybe we want to hear one. It's going to be weird with 3. I guess we can just use 1 in the middle. There are definitely like some very efficient ways of doing this, but I'm not doing that because then I have to like refer to a design, and I don't want to bother. Things that I've seen other people do over and over again, but this is fine. I do want to have a way to manually turn on. No, this is fine because I can just adjust the Atmos sensor. We'll see in a minute. Oh, we have power problems again. Can we? Oh, are we just out of coal? Yeah, we're out of coal. Whoops. You know, I added it to the list, but all right. Let's look for some coal really quick. What does coal look like? It looks like this. Is there some up here that we could get? There's coal. Are we? Yeah, we're allowing dupes through there. That's good. There's coal here too. And let's prioritize this. Let's see, iron ore. Probably want that at some point. Some coal that's hard to get. Some easy to get coal right here. This is accessible, right? Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. We can mine some of this. Let's go get the coal. have this at a higher priority, right? Let's make it an 8. Alright, priorities work. Wait. Okay, good, good, good. Oh, I see. These need to be irrigated to work. That's fine. Okay. So how much power do these things use? Right? So we're talking about 120 watts. It's 240 plus. Okay, so 240 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's 240 times 6? Ooh, suit wearing. Interest farming. Also plant murderer. Pass. 1140. Okay. Good. To know. That's important for the wiring. Okay, so plus 7 strength for supplying. 1440. Yeah, that sounds about right. Cannot do doctoring errands, but plus 3 creativity, plus 3 strength, so 10 strength total, and immune to food and poisoning, and plus 3 creativity. So that's like plus 13. This is also plus 13. Plus 16, but also plant murder, so plus 13. And allergies, so that's no go. This is plus 8 strength, but emits a low amount of radiation and light. You know, we're going up in calories at the moment. I think I'll take auto. We got a spot for auto over here. We got a cot. We can give auto. Let's also check our schedule. Okay. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which is a lot. And my other colony that I've been trying to recall how to play this game in, I ended up splitting, distributing out the schedule a little bit. But this will probably be fine, as is. Do we have enough seats in our mess hall? No, we need one more. Without context, try to say cot and cot in 2 different inflections. Cots and cot? They sound the same. What do you mean? They are homophone. Let's take this out. Unreachable dig. This good bit. Okay. Right. So why was the power relevant? Well, the normal wires that we've been using, they can only support 1,000 watts. So if we want to have all of this on one circuit, we can't use normal wire. So we can use heavy watt wire. It cannot be run through floor and wall tiles. So that's where the heavy watt joint plate comes in. And how do we want to do this? So we can put this here. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. And then heavy watt wire coming to here and to here, down. Or will it? says 120. Which is it? Power 120. Were these 240? Did I mess up the yes, okay. So it's 240, 480, 960 plus 120 and 120. So it's okay. It's not 1440, but it's over 1,000. But I don't know that we need to run heavy watt. Like, I don't think we'll draw the full power. So let's not do that for right now. Also, we can, if we go to the power overlay, then we can cancel just the power stuff. So I think maybe we'll be able to get away with just running normal wire. And we'll just run wire through here. And then the next thing we should do is set up transformers. I think I'm going to move the oxiferns out of this area. Well, let's see here. So let's just keep the game running. Let's take a look at the transformer. How much space does it need? Oh, it only needs like a 2x2 space. Right there. So we can just put some tiles under that. There we go. So what the transformer does is the transformer limits the power flowing through it to 1,000 watts. So it's very safe. It makes it so that you can have the normal wire connected to this, and it limits the amount of power that can be drawn, as long as you keep the batteries on the supplying side. And then what we'll do is we'll get some heavy watt wire to wire our generators together with. Power, heavy watt wire. Can it go through? I can't go through doors. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna heavy watt joint plate. Maybe at this level. I'm gonna get some ladders so we can get over there. We're going to get that heavy watt wire going. Oh, no, can't go there. Let's go up here. What's the maximum power on 20 kilowatts? Alright, so as long as our power station here doesn't provide more than 20 kilowatts, should be fine. And then we run this across to here. And then we can also run this to here and to here. There we go. And then we have our output power going to there for now. Should be good. Do I even want... Oh, I see. I should, oops. Let's, deconstruct this tile. And we'll put a door here. And then we'll tear down this wall. In fact, cancel the plans for this. We'll just, what's going on with the wire here? Oh, I see. Okay, that's fine. Let's remove that insulated tile. Oh, hey, this stuff is all set up. So, right. The other thing that I didn't set up was the automation wire. So, automation wire coming from the Atmos sensor, going to the pumps, corresponding to that area. And then we also probably want to have a switch. Oh, we're out of refined metal. Of course we are. Let's get some more of that going. Guess I'll finish tiling that now that we're not going to have sand allow the water to escape. But we need a place to produce, or to put a switch so that we can turn off and on the electrolyzers. That seems like a good idea to be able to control that. There we go. Let's just put that right there. And we will put some automation wire here going to these. And so the automation stuff is all about being able to, without having to send a dupe to go do something, we can control things. So like the, why is the automation wire using tungsten? Because I failed to explicitly select what material it should use. What was I saying? Right, so the Atmos sensor allows you to send either a green or red signal based on a condition. So we can basically, depending on the density of the atmosphere in the room, turn things on and off. So let's see. One of the things we want to make sure to do is we want to get everything swept up that we can. And to do that, we need places to put it. So I'll put some storage bins down here. And I think what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna copy this setting here, but I'm gonna make it so it's sweep only. So only objects that are marked to be swept can be stored in this, and then I'm gonna copy that setting to these other two. And so we'll be able to store all the typical stuff we store, but only if we've explicitly told the dupes to store them. So we have a place to put all this stuff. All the sand and dirt and stuff that was left over from our clearing of the area. Because basically I want to ensure that the dupes have no reason to go in here. And then I'll set this up so that the gas pumps can pump out all the atmosphere in here. Speaking of which, we did do this. So what we should do is we should set up a liquid lock here, so that we can isolate this area, and then we'll dig out to space, because I want to have a way to vent all the atmosphere we don't want into space. Speaking of which, I would like to probably, let's see what I want to do here. Building broken. Circuit overload. Yep. We did it. We are power loop detected. Oh my. Right. Okay. So we did a bad thing. Let's sort this out. Okay. So we want to let's see. Disconnect this and this. There we go. What we basically did was we said, hey, take this output, run it through the transformer, but then the transformer was still hooked up to the input, and so we made a loop, apparently. Never had that happen before. But apparently we broke something. Let's see. Alright, so one thing we will need to do for now is set up a wire bridge right here. And then once this is in place, we'll remove this bit of wire in the middle so we can run our heavy watt wire through. Okay, so no more power loop. So at this point, it's no longer possible for us to draw more than 1,000 watts through this wire, which is a good thing. Why are we trying to use tungsten? I don't know. trying to use copper now. Speaking of which, let's make some more. Let's also turn off the switch. Right. So this is the other fun thing, right? Is that we are... Oh, this no longer can pull water out of this area. So we can probably lower this a bit. Let's build a new one here. We can also, for now, enable this. So we can start pumping water out of this reservoir. And we can deconstruct this one. Alright. So what I was going to say, though, is that... So we got this going. One of the things I want to do to actually move this project forward is to be able to vent into space, which means we need the bottle emptier here. Set up the liquid lock, and then we'll build a ladder out. And we also want to get a gas pipe going. So we'll like do this through here and up. And then all the way... What are we building out of? Okay, sandstone is fine. So we're going to build all this down here, and then somehow get down there. I don't really want to go... I mean, I guess we can do this, right? We can go this way. I need to sort this out so that we can have a straight shot at some point. And we want to get at least down to here. Okay, well, we can also work on the other part of this gas pipe here. So we're gonna store our let's see, how do we want to do this? I think we'll do oxygen on the... I mean, it would make sense to put the hydrogen on the top because we'll be pumping hydrogen out of the top. I guess it doesn't matter. Let's say the hydrogen will go on the top one. We'll put the oxygen down here. So we'll route these over and into here, and then this one is going to go into there, and then this one is going to go down, and we'll eventually connect it up to this. That's the first thing we'll do, is we'll supply our Atmos suits. Speaking of which, is this germ-free yet? That's the polluted water. The Atmos suit is germ-free. Okay, cool. So go ahead and deliver a suit, please. And a dupe should go down and pick this up and deliver it. There we go. A little bit more sweeping to do. No power here yet, because we've not hooked this up to power. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I think I want to also... we could put this here. Can we build... There's a power station that we've not built yet. Power control station. I think we'll be able to do that. We're going to tear out some of this stuff. There we go. So the wire bridge is done. So we're going to remove this wire. Let's look at the electrical overlay. So I want this transformer here so that we can probably initially just also split the power off of it and have a separate circuit. And so we can split our current circuitry, our current stuff, into at least 2 circuits. These batteries need to go, though. They shouldn't be out there. They need to be... right, we need another smart battery. We need a lot of things. Yeah. A lot. Can we... Okay, we do this. Yeah, lots of idols. New printables. What do we got? Yeah, I guess I'll take the blossom seed. It's not like we're really lacking that. Is there something to do with the blossom seed? Besides... I mean, they're not edible, right? The bristleberry is the edible thing that you get. It's just the seed otherwise. Okay, so... I suppose if we want to expand our farming, which we will probably want to do if we want to grow more... Oh. Are you stuck there? Oh, you just like hanging out there. Cool. Unless... Hold on, let's just double check really quick. You can get there, right? Okay. There's nothing for them to do. Nothing to do. Okay, let's... Is there anything left to research at this point? I guess we can also probably, get going on materials research stuff, I guess. You said expanding your farm, I heard. Expand your army, and my ears perked. Well, the dupes can fight the wildlife. There's no dupe v dupe stuff in this game, as far as I know. But I don't know everything about this game yet, so still lots to discover. Alright, so... Oh, we need a much more refined metal. Oh, right. Okay, so anyway, so we got this... Okay, we have another smart battery. We do need to set up more automation wire. How's this gonna work? I guess we are... Wait, what kind of automation wire are we using? Copper, good. We're gonna go here, and across, and down, and yeah. Alright. More... So wasteful. Okay, well anyway. Disconnected. And then we want to take apart these batteries because they present a risk for us. Because they store power, which means if stuff starts drawing power off of this wire network, then they could pull more than 1,000 watts. Hey, Geek Ingale? Ingale? How do I feel about backseating? I don't really feel anything about it at all. If you have an idea or a suggestion or thoughts, I will consider them. I'm well past the point where I'm worried about like spoilers or anything. I know I've seen bits and pieces of various things about the game, so I'm not... This is... Hold on, I gotta turn the music down a little bit. It's getting a little wild. Come on. Alright. In other games, if it was like a brand new game or something that I was like going in blind, that would be different. But for this, what do you got? Wire automating the battery for the coal control with the H2 gen. Automating the battery for the coal control with the... So, the thought here, why am I doing this? Hold on, can I... Oh, I could just use the overlay, yeah? So why is this all connected together? The thought is that these batteries are essentially, because they're tied into the same grid, the same heavy watt wire, these aren't even running yet. But if they were running, it really doesn't matter which thing, like which source is producing the power. I want them to shut off once the batteries are kind of maxed out. I think I do want that. Yeah. Speaking of which, we're out of power because we must be using a lot of power. The power situation has not been good. That's why I'm setting up these things. Yeah, I think we are like consuming all the power that's being generated by the coal generator right now. What we need to do is we need to get this going. And to do that, I wanted to have a way... Okay, here we go. Let us pump some water in here. Yes and no. The idea you have is what you have set up. It's not the greatest. The hydrogen is kind of renewable. Coal not so much. You rely on hatches to generate it. It costs something else. Yeah. Yep. The coal was just a stopgap. Probably I'll get rid of the coal generator at some point. So you'd rather use the H2 power first, and then when you're way too low on power, use coal. That's a good point. Yeah. How would I do that? I would have to do something where, I mean, you want one smart battery to turn off the H2 and one to turn off the coal. Exactly. You could do that. I mean, presumably if your batteries are connected together, like they're all dumping out, and yeah. If they're all connected together, they're all going to go down at the same time. But what you could probably do is you'd have one with a different threshold. Right. I think this is what you're saying, right? So we'd have one with a different load threshold, and it would be connected to the hydrogen generators, and the other one would be connected to coal. That's a fair point. And we do now have 2 batteries, so we could probably do it that way. But right now, it doesn't matter anyway, because these aren't even running. Because I have yet to produce hydrogen, which I'm putting off until I can evacuate all the gas in here, rather than dealing with... I mean, I guess I could deal with machine damage from... yeah, save me a headache. Could I show the liquid pipe? I don't know if you want to see that. Something I've learned since setting this up is that this is... What I have going on here is kind of unnecessary. In a test game that I have, I've realized that I could just have a water sieve and then recirculate germy non-polluted water back to the sinks, and it would be fine. So like having it go into tanks and getting rid of the germs is unnecessary. Read the toilets before you commit to that. Oh, really? Are you talking about the lavatories? Spreads very few germs. Requirements. Effects. Yeah, I mean, I know the lavatories produce germs effectively. They require 5 kilograms per use. Polluted water, yeah, it produces more water than it consumes, so you do have to have a somewhere for the excess to go, which is true. You could probably what did I do in the other one? I think I fed the excess back into something. I don't remember. Probably into this kind of tank. So I suppose it would eventually be necessary to have this. but I could have put it off for more cycles than I ended up doing in this. But no, I think that's a good point. Thimblery? Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that done. But this works. I don't have this automated either, so I have to like manually turn things on and off. I mean, with automation switches. Not like Dupe's running over there and doing stuff, but... So, I should keep an eye on... Alright, let's turn on auto bottle. Otherwise, this is never going to happen. And I really need to keep an eye on this. And then we can dig out to space so I have a way to vent the excess gas. Since I've already run the pipe to do that. And a lot of idle dupes. What could we be doing? We're gonna run out of copper ore again, probably. Could be mining copper. Could be digging. Yep. Let's see. Yeah, it could be, you know, effectively exploring, I guess. Oh, this is unreachable. Well, let's fix that first. And then... I get distracted. I think I'm going to continue focusing on not taking dupes. I'll take the lime. I think that'll be useful. Eventually. Eventually we'll get to, like, steel and stuff. Let's see. I could be digging... let's see. Let's find out what's this way. There we go. And are we there yet? I think we are. Alright, turn that off. And then let's build our ladder to space. Where are we building this out of? Sandstone? Is that... Might be smarter to build it out of something else. Or, let's see, what do we got? Abyssalite? Abyssalite. Okay. You can't build stuff out of Abyssalite, can you? Okay, I guess we'll do sandstone. Alright, I guess I can also get the rest of the gas piping going for this. Into there, and then what are we doing with the hydrogen? We gotta get it over here. How am I gonna route that? I think do this to here. And then we'll definitely need a gas bridge across there. Let's also build some tile. Get that connected. Oh yeah. Let's get this wire going to here. Is that what we want? Is this... Okay, so there's effectively two circuits here. There's one over here, and then there's the rest of the stuff over here. And they're currently tied together by this. So probably what we could do is really just like... okay, let's... Before we make a mistake, let's disconnect this. And then we'll get a heavy wire going into the transformer. And then we'll rearrange some things. You're not stuck, are there? Are you there? Ceiling collapse? Oh no. Oh right. That's gonna happen. Okay. What am I looking for here? Let's go ahead and set up a gas vent. I guess we'll set that up right there. I suppose if I was thinking ahead, I could have maybe tried to like hold off in setting up the liquid lock. And then maybe sucked out a lot of this hydrogen and stuff. So that we'd have more breathability. Maybe. Maybe not. Honestly, maybe just like seal this area and like vent everything. Unreachable, you say? Huh. Alright, okay, so this is hooked up. So what we can do is we can I see. Okay, so like the rest of this circuit is connected to power here, so we will connect that. And so now we have two circuits. So this one has a potential load of 1800 watts, and this one has a potential load of 1200 watts, so it's still over what can actually be delivered, but I guess it's fine. And so now, for now, we could do that to start supplying this with power. And I think what I want to do is I want to ensure that we are not sending rain signals. So like this one right now is. So if we is below, there we go. Now that's turned off, and this is turned off. And so this one will be turned on once it has power. Let's look at ventilation situation again. Ventilation is... Okay, so once we start producing oxygen, and we got a pool of it down here, we'll be buffering through the tanks, and then we'll be able to supply oxygen here. We can tear out all this, and we can also start running a gas pipe to supply oxygen to the base, which will be nice. There, now we're pumping out everything in here. We did finish sweeping, right? So I don't think there's any reason for dupes to go into this room again. Hopefully. So we'll empty all the gas out of here until it's a vacuum. And then we'll get the... Oh yeah, so the next thing to do is probably to get the plumbing in place to supply water. Which means dupes still need to get in there. Whoops. Auto. Is this... Yeah, this is all reachable, right? Good. And we also want to set up a signal switch and automation wire. I mean, don't have to, because we're going to be controlling the electrolyzers too. But what can I say? I like control. Alright, so let's get tubes out of there and we'll lock it. There we go. We were done with that, right? Piping. Good, good. Okay. I don't know why it defaults to tungsten. Do I? Yeah, I still want that. Oh, whoops. They're not going to be able to dig that if I haven't told them to dig there. What's going on with this? Empty, you say? We can fix that. There we go. Alright, so let's turn this off. Now that we have this source of water again. I'm not quite half full over here, so that's fine. We are... It's going to take a minute to get all of the gas out of this, but it is slowly going down, even down here at the bottom. So let's see. It's a stairway to heaven. Yes. Sorry, I just looked over to the chat again. Alright, so let's look at gas types again. One of the things I was thinking about. Okay, so we have so we're gonna have hydrogen coming out here, and then we're also going to want to have let's do this. So we're gonna say the gas pipe that goes up and down the ladder is going to be our vent to space pipe. This needs to be fixed because I would like to have a single, like, continuous transit tunnel, which I was thinking about here, and then I don't know, stuff needs to be done anyway. But to do that, a trick I learned the other day is that the way the priority on the pipes work, I think this is both for gas and liquids with these bridges, is that the gas will prioritize going across the bridge and continue on, unless it can't. Like if we totally back up. Actually, do I want it to work that way? No, I would want that to happen before the tanks, right? Yeah, I would, wouldn't I? Okay, so never mind. Right, because you wouldn't want to say, oh, well, we... Trapped? Whoopsie. That's never good. Devin's fine. He's going to dig. It very well... It very much could have been a stairway to heaven. Also, water is maybe not the best thing for a liquid lock exposed to space. I think I am just going to build an airlock here. Because I'm imagining that the water is gonna vaporize. But yeah, so it looks like we're successfully venting to space though, which is good. Space, the vacuum will not transfer heat coal. It's all about the freezing stuff around the water. Right, because it's so cold. Are we making ice here? Is that what's happening? Yep, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, but hey, look, there's space. The final frontier. And liquid CO2. The black stuff. Oh yeah, that right there. Liquid carbon dioxide. Interesting. And we're not helping because we're pumping more. We are producing liquid carbon dioxide by pumping our spare carbon dioxide from here to a very cold place. Okay, there we go. That was weird. I hit escape and it did something. So yeah, like the best light here is -75. That spot is not the delete area. Oh, it's up here, isn't it? Yep. Well, we can do that. I mean, I think we're gonna be done here shortly anyway, but and I think the other problem is gonna be meteorites. Also, how are the dupes gonna like going up here? Honestly, you know what? Never mind. Let's not do this. It's a bad idea. Yeah, I got the slimy kind. Yep. This is fine. We'll make some liquid carbon dioxide. It'll live here. We'll do something. We'll need to set up like another the atmosuit dock up here, I guess, to deal with all the vacuum stuff. They will be fine up there. They will hold their breath easier with suits. They will hold their breath easier with suits as they will, run back and forth. Yeah. And I have the atmosuits here because eventually I want to deal with other things. Like we don't even have plastic yet. But we have atmosuits, so we should be good to like get some oil. Finally. Do something about this at some point. Find a Drek. Yeah. Could do that. I've been not doing that though. No ranching so far. And there's a bunch of oil right here. Colony achievement? What did we do? Ah, we entered an oil biome. Okay. Doing good in calories. Oh, we have another printable. What is it this time? Agriculture, excavation, suit wearing, operating, digging. Those eggs. Are they good? Yeah, I know you can farm them, right? I don't really know. You starve them and free meats. How does one starve them? I'm concerned. I did read something. Hold on, before we select it. There's an encyclopedia, right? They're domesticatable. Possess two fully developed sets of lungs. Uh-huh. Livable range is quite a lot. They eat iron ore and dirt and regolith, apparently. You set up a grooming station inside a room they can't escape. This tames them. When tamed, they will eventually die. Okay, so what is required for them to be in a room they can't escape? Does it have to be made out of refined metals? Quinn is getting some stress. How is... I've seen worse. Are we, Okay, we are vacuum now. Great. So, let's change our gaseous piping situation. Alright. Let's see. A room made out of metal or obsidian. Or the, something doors? Pneumatic doors? If you do the door version, you'll need to set up tiles for the grooming station to be on top of within the door room. So it does look like a room made out of doors, huh? Or, what was it you said? Metal or obsidian? We have some obsidian. Not really enough to make a room, though. If we... Do eggs hatch on their own? 9 tiles? Yeah, because the... I think I have already unlocked the Wrangler. The grooming station. So, like, if we, imagine it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Am I counting that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then a door? Assuming we can't go out of diagonals? Or maybe 9. Make a little tiny room with a door. Where can we put that? Somewhere out of the way. Eggs will hatch on their own. You can use incubator to speed them up. Another nice thing about the shovels is they don't get cramped. Okay. All good information. Let's see. Where do I want to stick this? Somewhere kind of out of the way, but not too far out of the way. Hold on. How about right here? So let's say I did this. I'm kind of curious, and let's see, stations again. Grooming station is the thing. We'll do this, and then I'm going to do some doors, and then some tiles made out of obsidian. Like, could we do something like that? Or do we need the corners too? Okay. So we'll get that going. And once that's built, we'll print the eggs. How's that gonna work, actually? Because we would need the eggs. Oh, I have an idea. Cancel that for a minute. Remove. What we'll do is we will put a storage bin right here. And we'll have the eggs go there. You may want a drop-off for eventual... a drop-off? What do you mean by that? Under food? Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. A critter drop-off. Releases trapped critters back into the world. It lets you relocate with the rancher. Huh. Where would I put that? Do I need to do that now? Releases trapped critters back into the world. Can be used multiple times. Duplicates automatically bring captured critters to these relocation points for release. We need to expand. No, I didn't. Okay, good. Make sure I'm not missing something important. Also, oh, it is obsidian. These are obsidian tiles. Okay, so we're gonna build the storage bin. We'll have the eggs go there, and then I'll break the bin, or I'll just have the items drop, and I'll break the tile, so the eggs drop into this area. Also, is that a kind of... Okay, so let's... And just to make sure... There we go. I don't have any other storage bins, do I? I'm not storing eggs in here. No. And... Okay, so... Once that's done, we should be good to go. And then the other thing that was going on... Suddenly multiple things. So we should have... the ability to... Okay, let's... They make a lot of meat, so if you have a grill, you can set a barbecue. Yeah, I do have a grill. And I think I have this set to... Well, no, I don't. Forever. There you go. It will cook once there's stuff for it to cook. Automation. Why is this green? Oh, because it's below 0. Okay. If above that, for right now, I just want to set these so that they don't activate. There we go. And oh, this pump is on. Okay, but electrolyzers are not on, so we'll turn those on. So we'll start electrolyzing, start producing hydrogen and oxygen. Set it to 0. I could. I mean, I could set it to below 0. What was interesting is this was set to below 0, but because it was vacuum, it was still... Oh, the barbecue? What do you mean? Oh, it was already on forever, and I turned it off. Yep. Whoops. Alright, so now we are producing hydrogen and oxygen, which we can see here. And there are some numbers that I should set the Atmos sensors to. But for now, so this is hooked up. These will go into the tanks. We can... so I think we're good at like 1800. It's probably lower than that. Would still be good, but we're going to start here. So we can start pumping out oxygen. There we go. Okay. Yay, we're producing oxygen. Okay, I think this number can be a lot lower. Bottom pumps won't work the way you want. 2 pumps will fill a pipe, but because of how it works, only the back pump will work properly for the most part. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, pipe blocked. So I should have like separate pipes. Extend the pipes down one tile and move left so the pipe isn't all over all the greens. Yes, that makes sense. In other words, like that. This will be fine. This won't mess things too much up. This is mostly oxygen here. I mean, alternatively, no, that's too far away for them to build through the wall. And 2 pumps to a pipe. Yeah. Yep. So we could probably do... something like that. Let's see. Green signal if 1600 is definitely more than it needs to be, but we got a little bit of oxygen in there. That's unfortunate. Alright, so now we are going to start producing power. And I'll see a little bit of mechanical, yeah, rolling element damage. Okay, so we can disconnect that and that, and delete those tiles. Yep. Okay, so we're still getting a little oxygen in there, which is unfortunate. There's probably a thing... I know there's a thing where you use the mechanical airlocks to prevent that from happening. Or the manual airlocks, rather. Something like that. Because, yeah, you don't have a separator set of tiles for the H2 pump. You'll want to move the atmosphere down 1 or 2 because the area the pump takes. Better would be to leave the sensor and build a U of tiles around the bottom of the pump. Yes. Any particular kind of tile? How do you feel about this? Yeah, now airflow mesh. Makes sense. Yeah, there's a design that I've seen many people who actually know how to play this game use. It's like a Rodriguez or something that is a more compact, fancier version of this, but I can't be bothered. Okay. So at least we didn't pump more oxygen, so that's good. We got some carbon dioxide in there because we had tubes going in and out. Fix that. Oh, sad face? What's sad face? No, I think it is good. I'm not saying it's not good. It's just, you know. It's not the best thing ever, but that's fine. Speaking of things that hopefully will not go badly. Oh, right. We don't have critter ranching. I bet we have dupes that have skill points, though. The bottom left tile of the pump, liquid or gas, is its active tile, which pulls in a plus shape of one tile around the active tile. So, hold on. In other words, right here, it will pull in from here, 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 and here, and here. And by occupying these spaces, we're saying it can only pump here, here, and here. So I guess maybe the Atmos sensor ideally would be like over here instead, but maybe this will be okay. Who can do ranching? We got a lot of skill points that are not allocated right now. Does anyone really like it? Nope. Harold has a lot of... We'll give him critter ranching too. There you go. Or critter ranching 1, but we'll give him that skill as well. Alright, and then we're going to have our critter egg go in there. That's fine as is. The idea of that Atmos sensor is to ensure H2 is filling the top level. This way only H2 can reach that pump, as every tile can only be filled by one element. Good to know. Alright, so these are obsidian. So I think outside stable. Whatever. Hopefully this is fine. Right. Might be min room size. Yeah, that's a good point. Room display. Stable. Minimum size, 12 tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would be what we're doing. But it says the minimum size is, did it say 12 for stable? Need 6 more. Yeah, we can probably do that. How much obsidian do we have left? Okay, we can make 4 more. Okay, here. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, plenty of space. I could build doors horizontally. I'm not gonna make a room all out of doors. Okay, that's still there. Good. Deconstruct that door down. Just do what'll make me happy. Yeah, no, I mean, there's lots of different ways of playing all sorts of games. I just, I don't know. I don't know that I want to make a room of doors. Okay, obsidian, 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 door, obsidian, obsidian, door. Awaiting copper ore. Okay. So I'm gonna wait for these to get done. Room overlay. It is a stable now. We'll wait for everything to get built and then we'll accept the eggs. Anyway, let's look at ventilation. So we should be able to cut this and connect this up now. And in fact, start deconstructing some of this other stuff. And we don't need this pump anymore. We got a big reservoir of oxygen. We can probably turn this sensor down. How much can we turn it down? 1,500? 1,400? 1,200? 1,000? 900? 800? I mean, I'm sure there's like a wiki. 250. All right. Who needs a wiki when there's chat? Okay. There's probably a good number for this too, but it doesn't really matter at the moment since we're fully backed up. And we are producing power. And now we can do the thing we were talking about at the beginning around the automation wire, right? So what we want to do is we want to remove all that automation wire. Honestly, I could just like start by cutting it. There we go. Oh, right, and I have not adjusted this. So this should be not 100, right? We can do like 95. O2 probs around 500-600 since the room is so large. You want to make sure H2 is kept at the top. Okay. So low threshold, we want to be, let's see, which one of these? So this one, we want the low threshold to be lower than the low threshold on this one, right? So maybe we'll do like 50 here and 25 there, so that, wait, I'm confused. Oh, because it needs to get to 100 first. Okay, let's 95. Oh, it's never gonna get there. Yeah, low turn on, high turn off. Yes, there we go. So now, once this drains to 50%, this signal will come on and we'll charge both batteries. And it's only if these fail to provide enough power that this gets down to 20, well, both get down to 25% since both will drain. Perfect. So now we should stop using coal until we start having power problems. Right, so we can turn this. So you suggested, let's be a little conservative. Let's 650. Again, not that it matters because we are, yeah, use a lot less. I mean, I think we would only use coal if the amount of power we used was such that we couldn't draw enough power from the two generators. So if we were drawing like more than 1600 watts simultaneously for long enough that the batteries went down to 25%, that we would start using the coal generator. Yep. All right, we can deconstruct this too. Deconstruct this. And I think we want to start running oxygen into the base. We finally have actual proper ventilation. So I'm going to do... What am I going to do? I'm going to start with supplying to here. And we will get a gas vent here. And we have one here, so we'll put one here to essentially replace the whatever they're called, the oxygen diffusers. So for now, I'm just going to disable them. We can't reach that, can we? The algae eaters, yes indeed. I think there's been at least once or twice we've had to go and specifically, you know, harvest more algae because we were running out. So that can stop now. This is still reachable, or it is reachable now, so that's good. Great. Oh, eggs and dig. Yeah, this is ready, right? Except for this one tile that we'll need to replace. So let's choose blueprint, print those eggs. I want to really make sure this happens, so we'll priority 9 that. This door should really stay open. Okay. 3 eggs, great. Okay, so then what we're gonna do is we're going to drop the eggs out and deconstruct this tile. And then we're gonna make another obsidian tile right there. All right. So fingers crossed that nothing goes wrong. Oh, there's a move to option. You know, I saw someone say something about that in a video. But this was a much more, you know, complicated and evolved way of doing things. To build the storage bin and break the tile and drop it out. It's more fun, right? No, but yeah, maybe I'll remember that next time. Okay, so yeah, our water's gone. Instead, we have ice. Great. I think I'll just do this. Dupes shouldn't need to go right there, and I'll want to know about it if that becomes a problem. And oh yeah, see, our coal is going. Must use a lot of power for something. Let's look at this materials overlay. No power. So right. So we should probably do something about our our circuit situation. Potential load 2400. We need at least one more transformer. Where are we gonna put it? Stick something over here. Yeah. How's this gonna work? Yeah, I guess. And then you get the heavy watt. Right. So first of all, I don't need this. Any of that stuff there anymore. That's from when this was a smaller room. And then power-wise, we want the heavy watt joint plate. And... oh, yeah, let's do this. So first, let's deconstruct all this wire that we're not using anymore. And then heavy watt joint thingy. This thing. Oh, I already had it selected apparently. There we go. And then heavy watt wire. Can we can go through there, yeah? Connect that there. There we go. Into there. And this wire over to there. And once all that's built, we can connect everything up. Why not do it under the power gen room? Oh, like over here? I don't know. If I would have looked to my right, or to my left, where I can see chat, I might have done that instead. It just felt like we're gonna, I want to have a transformer just to, like, supply power to this area, because this uses roughly 1,000 watts, so, what's going on with our power now? We're out of coal, I think is where we're at. I'm gonna pause and get us some coal before anything else happens. A little bit there. A little bit there. A little bit there. You know what would be good? Can we see consumable ore? And then do this. Yep. Oh, hey, look, I I didn't see your chat message, but we got to the same place. So there's some coal there, some coal over here. I mean, there's a bunch here. I just don't want to... I guess it's fine. It's not like this is super breathable here anyway. And what would we be releasing? The chlorine would not be great. Maybe I don't want to be releasing the chlorine. We'll just get a little bit of coal. Let's prioritize that. The coal storage and the coal power plants is high priority anyway. So that should happen pretty soon. And that will allow the electrolyzer to work again, and we'll get some more hydrogen coming in a little bit. All right, so a thing we can do that I learned about the other day and I was talking about is if you use a bridge here, then we can have a way, like, we don't want to stop pumping out, interesting. With your current H2 levels, you can see what I mean by the top line of H2. Yes, let's see that. Oh yeah, we could. I mean, this is. Oh right, we have no power. That's the issue. Yeah, there's like no way for the O2 to get up there. Yep, makes sense. So let's connect that, and then disconnect that. Alright, so the potential load is 1200, but I think that'll be fine. Colony achievement earned. What this time? Alright, distribute 1,000 kilograms of oxygen using gas vents. There we go. Oh, we are actually exceeding 1,000 watts. See, I thought we could get away. I thought we could get away with this, but apparently not. So, do we just have to use heavy watt power? Heavy watt wire to things? Or I suppose I could have a separate circuit. For like one thing. Disconnect left gas pump from automation wire. It's not really useful anyway. Oh, this one? That would reduce power usage, right? That is an idea. Yep. And that solves the immediate problem. Because we won't be over. So I've also caused a problem here. There we go. What I was going to say, though, was that you can... what I've seen and what I've done in a different game of this is that if these tanks fill up, if you don't have a way for the oxygen to go somewhere else, then this... will this eventually stop? Yeah, this will eventually stop, right? Because even if we pump hydrogen, eventually we... what happens here? Right. Suppose that we stop consuming oxygen. Overpressure and stop. Okay, good. Make sure I was understanding. So, solution is if you use this bridge here, then once the tank fills up, once both the tanks fill up, any overage will leave through a side pipe. Which we will route somehow and vent somewhere. Vent to space. Yep. I just gotta figure out how to route that. I guess through the middle. Here. Such beautiful organization. There we go. So this pipe won't be used unless we completely fill up on oxygen, and that way we won't stop our power generation. It's pretty important. Spaghetti, yes. No, this is all just temporary, right? We're gonna rebuild it later. How warm? So the oxygen we have right now is 78 degrees. Oh yeah, the oxygen over here coming out, 116 degrees Fahrenheit. Sure it is. Well, we gotta cool this down at some point, right? Yep, it's all temporary. That's what I say in my the other game I'm playing on Mondays and Wednesdays, which is some modded Minecraft. It's all temporary. So these eggs are still eggs. They're incubating in here. Okay. What's the printable? Fertilizer. Ooh, suit wearing. Animal lover, caregiver, iron gut, but small bladder. Or researching, operating, supplying, gourmet, uncultured, unempathetic. Or pufflets. I don't know what to do with pufflets. Pufflet equals kill on sight. I mean, they excrete. Yeah, they excrete slime. They're lag generators. Okay, that's probably a more significant reason not to have them. Do I want another dupe? Slime can be useful. What can slime be used for? I'm sure something. Mushrooms? Interesting. I've not done anything with that. With mushrooms. Also turn it into algae. Okay. So I guess with pufflets you could have renewable algae. Back to diffusers then. Kind of, sort of, not really. Okay. Good. 3, 6. What does small bladder do? Adorable. Bladder plus 0.2% per cycle. That doesn't seem like a big deal. For bubbles. That run speed. Do I... I don't know. We're not really producing... Let's go with fertilizer. They will make slime, but not enough to make a dent into algae, and it's more power than it's worth, as the water is so much more powerful. Yeah. Makes sense. So we got some dots of carbon dioxide over there. They'll settle. We should, did we dig over here? We did. We found something. We got some copper over here. We should probably take that out. Sedimentary rock and other stuff. Probably collect even more copper while we're at it. Getting nice and toasty in there. New blueprints. What do we got? Superfan t-shirt. Alright. Okay. Well, it's not exactly what I had planned. Oh yeah, let me remember. Use the location skip to thing. Shift 2. We started by looking at this. This is what I'd worked on last stream. We tapped the natural gas geyser. We have this power being generated. I guess we could have also piped it up there. Oh, the reason you can do this starvation ranching with the shovels is because they will lay an egg before they die. If when they change to the other variant, they will no longer do this, and so it will run dry. Don't depend on it unless you have a way to continue to add more. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Yeah, suddenly, yeah. I mean, I guess in the short term, that would be, like, there's a food source, so a reason to have I'm gonna pause here. You know, if we wanted to add a dupe, like we saw a really good dupe, we could add it, and we know we have that. We're gonna have another food source coming in. Yeah, so we got this. I was kind of thinking of, like, so now we have a source of polluted water that we can be filtering and doing all sorts of stuff with. We got a source of power here that we're not doing much with. We supplied the shipping container with some power. We got a ATN here. Oh yeah, we dug into the oil a little bit. I guess we could collect some oil. Nope. We can mop some polluted water. I was kind of expecting that we get around to doing some stuff with oil today, but I guess that didn't happen. And what I'm trying to say is that it is... Oh, pitcher pump? Does that work with oil? Things I don't know. Yep. I got there eventually. Alright. But yeah, we are approaching towards the end of the stream for today. I must eventually get some sleep. Yeah. Hey, thanks though for all your help and suggestions, Geek and Gale. Am I saying your name the way you you would prefer it to be said? Let me know otherwise. But yeah, you need to head to bed too. Okay. Well, but thanks for everything, and like Nightingale, Geek and Gale. Okay. I'm gonna stop here though, and say not Good Night Sweet Prince. That just happens to be the name of the song that's going. But good night anyway, and thanks for hanging out. And those that are watching this now or later on YouTube, thanks for watching. I'll be playing this again next week. No, you're totally a prince now. Very well. Yeah, I'll be playing this again next Friday. I have other streams if you want to check that out that are on the schedule here on Twitch. Link to my YouTube channel where I have the VODs from this and other games on there as well. So if you want to check those out. But for now, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. Working towards getting affiliate. But enough. Enough of that. Thanks again. And take care. Bye-bye. Oops, wrong button. That's not the button to mute. Someday I'll be good at this. Bye-bye.